So good afternoon again. This is Michael Swack. I'm the director of the Master's Program in Community Development, the Carsey School of Public Policy at the University of New Hampshire. Welcoming you to this session on being online in the Master's in Community Development program. And this will give you a little bit of a sense of what it will be like as we move the program to going entirely online. I know there are participants on this webinar today who are current students going into their last program, a number of people who will be entering the program in June, and a couple people from our previous webinar who have not yet applied, are not current students, but are still potentially interested in joining the program. So welcome to all of you. As I mentioned, the program, the Master's Program in Community Development, has been a hybrid program for the last 10 years. And the program hybrid means that we offered some courses during a condensed summer session on campus and the rest online. And now, not entirely because of the COVID-19 crisis, because we began doing work and looking at the market and what was preventing people and encouraging them to join earlier this year, and have decided to move to an all online option, which will begin in June. So one of the things I wanted to mention as part of that is the fact that we are not new to this process, that in fact we've been offering online courses since the beginning of the program, essentially. So we have a lot of experience in that. And I think it's important to say that the experience in online education has taught us what are good methods, a mix of short lectures, discussion groups. People can be organized by discussion groups right online, case studies, and mixed in with occasional live Zoom sessions. But people should know this program online is primarily asynchronous. That means you go online, do the work when you have the time in your schedule to do it, with a few Zoom sessions built in where the whole group gets together from time to time. As many of you know, the program uses a cohort model now. That's why we encourage people to start in June, which is when most people start the program. And you start with a series of courses which include your first project in the capstone project. Really, the core of this program is a project that you carry out in your home community over the 4 terms in the program. It's accompanied by a course along the way, and I'll get into that in just a minute. In addition, you take a series of required courses in management, finance, public policy, and community economic development. And we always say that the program is a blend of skills along with some theory and policy work to supplement those skills. This is the basic core curriculum that everybody takes, the integrative approaches, the policy analysis, economic analysis, and organizational and financial management. And the experiential learning related to the project courses is identified here. There's the introduction, the design of the project, the implementation and evaluation. And then we offer a series of electives, often determined by people in the program, where we offer a range of courses that could be offered and ask people to select ones that would be most interested in them, and then we offer those courses. The fully online program is divided into a summer term of 10 weeks, where you'll see there are 2 5-week sessions of courses, then the fall and spring of 16-week sessions. Again, as I mentioned, the classes include a mix of short lectures, discussion groups, face-to-face, guest speakers as well, and the occasional Zoom meetings. This outlines what the first summer would look like, and the second summer in terms of the schedule. If you look at the calendar, the orientation for new students is on Friday, June 5th. Team building session that is online on Saturday, June 6th. And then the first 5-week term from June 8th through July 10th, and the second 5-week term from July 13th through August 14th. And you can see there the courses that would be taken depending on if you're a first-year student or a second-year student. Robin, I'm going to stop here and mention if there are questions. We're also going to open it up. I think we can have people type in the chat box if you have questions now, but we'll also have an opportunity at the end for questions. And I think we can, let me just see. Okay. Robin, are there any questions that I should address right now?
No one has entered any into the chat box yet. So,
okay. Yeah, I was seeing.
Oh, here we go. We just got one in.
Okay.
Let's see. Just, I guess, questions related to the elective courses that we're going to be offering this summer.
Right. So the elective courses this summer, there's going to be an elective course in community health, which we actually were initially not going to offer, but Rosemary Karen, who offers that course, will be offering that again, in part because so many people are dealing with community health problems, whether you're at a community health organization, whether you're with a community-based organization, a credit union, really health issues are influencing the way all of our organizations are trying to operate now and the decisions that we have to make. I'll also be offering an elective in community development finance this summer. And we also have the option available for people who want to do an independent study to work with any of our faculty in doing an independent study over the summer. We have pictures there for this summer of the faculty. You see 6 of our faculty members who will be teaching this summer in the online environment. All of them have taught in the Masters in Community Development program before, many experienced online teachers as well. I want to turn it over at this point because we want to show you a little bit about what the platform looks like and how it works and how you would navigate it. And we're going to do that through the eyes of Sanjeev Sharma and Jolan Rivera, both of whom are pictured there. That's Sanjeev on the left and Jolan on the right. They are the instructors for the projects course sequence that people take through the 4 terms of the program. And Jolan and Sanjeev, I'm going to turn it over to you now.
Before you do, Michael, there's one other question that came through.
Sure.
We have the opportunity to speak with an advisor one-on-one to register.
I'm sorry, will they have the opportunity to speak with an advisor before they register?
For the courses, yes. I think they want to, Sanjeev Sharma is the academic advisor for the program, and maybe Sanjeev can also speak to that and was with students and working with them.
Right, yes. Yeah, we provide advising to all the students. So Sanjeev, maybe you can pick that up.
Thank you, Michael. I just want to make sure you can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. And thank you all for attending this. To answer that question, and yes, we will have an opportunity I will be setting up a time individually before you register or or after you register, it doesn't matter, but then the set of courses that you'll be taking in the first summer, the at least the required courses. So you can just go ahead and register for that. But if you want to set up a one-on-one before you do that, I'm already scheduling that with other students. So I'd be happy to do that with you and anybody else. So just send me an email and we can set that up. So the other thing that I want to say about moving into the online environment. So one of the first things that we will be using, which you're already using now, is Zoom. So now that if you've logged into the Zoom, then this is the first thing that we will be using, and so you've already crossed the first hurdle, I guess. The only thing I want to say about the Zoom is if for any reason you will use a different machine, then please make sure that Zoom is working on that machine as well. Normally, you don't require anything. No downloads are required, but just to make sure that if you get a new machine and you would want to test that Zoom works, I'd be happy to set up a Zoom meeting as well. And again, that advising piece that I will be doing will be over Zoom, where I develop an academic plan for each student, and I'll be happy to share with that. I've shared it with some of you, and I'd be happy to share with that. And we can do it over Zoom. So another opportunity for you to go over Zoom functionalities and just get it, working as well. So the other thing that I wanted to show is one of the first things, and I'm going to share my screen now. Is all right. So for all things, you can say this is MyUNH. So I highly encourage you to start with MyUNH for everything UNH. I think the best place to do is so you'll see this link here. It's my.unh.edu, and this is where you will find everything UNH. So once you log in, you will see if you opt as a student mode, then you can see all the different icons over there, and then the most popular icons. You will see most of whatever that's the most popular ones are available there. And the other thing you may want to do is whatever the two things that you do want to assign as favorites, which you do by clicking on this heart button, is my courses and the webcat. So the others you will move along, as you get together, as you go through the process, you will want to favorite others. But then these two things, I think you should do it immediately as soon as you log in. The reason for that is webcat is what you would use to register for courses that has your financial, your billing, your financial information. So that's all you get to your Wildcats email and all of that. So webcat is, for those of you who've already attended, you need to know everything is around the webcat. So this is certainly something that you want to have it in your favorites. Yeah. And then the other is the My Courses. And My Courses is the platform that we use to deliver all courses. It's also called Canvas. It's a Canvas platform, but at UNH we call it My Courses. So you will hear instructors changing these names, My Course, between My Courses and Canvas. So it kind of means the same. And once you favorite them, then they will appear on this. And I have a lot of favorites, but in your case, you will, once you start assigning your favorites, you will populate this as well. So once you click on my courses, what I will do is I'll just show you what my courses looks like. And so this is the dashboard, right? So this is the dashboard where you will see all these little icons are all the courses that you registered for. So of course, mine is not a good example because I have way too many courses. But these are this is where you will find the courses that you registered for. For example, if you register for DPP 905 and 962, it will appear here. And to get into each one of these courses, you just click on that course and get into that course. And the other thing about about my courses is it has the calendar function where you will all the deadlines and depending on the course that you have, the deadlines, you can choose what kind of calendar that you want. It's all populated here, so that's a very good tool. And then, but most of it will be under each of the courses. So I will pass it on to Jolan to show you what the inside of a course looks like. Before, I did see a couple of questions, so let me look at them. Before I pass it on. Okay, so these questions I can take later. So Jolan, you can go ahead and share your screen.
Okay, folks. Good afternoon. Thanks, Sanjeev. Can you hear me, Sanjeev?
Yes, we can.
Do you see a handsome person in your screen?
Yes, we do.
Okay, thank you so much, folks. Good afternoon. My name is Jolan Rivera. I am an instructor, the program, and there you see that face, and that's my rent-free temporary classroom from home. And I've been teaching the program since it started. And courses I teach are the 4 project courses. So I was tasked by Michael and the team to provide a sneak peek at how we deliver courses online. So to do that, I am going to use one of the courses that I teach right now. I say one of the courses because I also teach in other universities. But for UNH, I currently teach DPP or Development Policy and Practice 982, which is managing projects. This is the third of a 4-course project series that provides students a platform to be able to plan for, design, implement, monitor, and evaluate a development project. So it's the third in a 4-course series. To give you a little bit of a background so that you'd understand why we utilize certain elements of the platform, how we deliver things online. So this is a 15-week course. We deliver it a combination of asynchronous and synchronous modes. When we use the asynchronous modes, this is where we have recorded lectures, we post learning materials, some time-bound discussion forums. All of these things will make sense in the next few slides, as well as synchronous or live real-time discussions that can come in 2 forms: actual class sessions where the whole class is around at a certain time, maybe 2 hours, and talk about a lot of things, or individual consultations. The nature of the courses that Sanjeev and I teach necessitates individual or like one-on-one discussions because you have your own individual project. So in that case, we also have these individual sessions here. At the same time, group ones. So a little bit on DPP 982 so that you would understand the platform that we're using. So let's just look at, for example, the first 2 sessions, okay? So here is what I got from the syllabus. So this is session 1. This is session 2. And as you could see here, the synchronous part, which is a live real-time discussion, happens on this time. Okay, not that. Yeah. So we start the term June 21st. Our real-time discussion happens on the 26th. Okay, so prior to that, so this is like the live one, okay? Prior to that, we post things.
Jolan, if I could just interrupt a second, there's a request if you could put it in full screen.
Yeah, if I put it in full screen, it's hard for me to shift from one. I'll do it now, but it might take a little bit longer to shift. Okay, but anyways, yeah, here's full screen. I would have said just. Anyways, this is the full screen one. Okay, so session 1, we start on a Monday and on a Sunday. In this particular iteration of the course, we do the live session at the end. Here, okay. To prepare for that, we post the reading. In this case, because it's the first session of the syllabus, we have a recorded lecture. Is that okay, Sanjeev? Still, every now and then my audio really goes bad. So,
Yeah, it's fine. Jolan.
okay, so this is we post a recorded lecture. It's like 15 to 20 minutes discussion on the topic of the day, and the topic happens to be developing a Gantt chart or a timeline or a work plan. So before we even get to that Sunday bit, during the week itself, we post lecture. So we expect you to be able to download and listen to the lecture. And then we also post the slides. In this particular week, there's no discussion forum, so we don't do anything with regard to that, but we post early, okay? And then January 26th, you will have the class, we will have a live discussion, and then you will have a hands-on activity after class. What does that mean? Beyond the 26th, okay, spilling over to the next week, you will be developing your own Gantt chart to be submitted. The dates here, by the way, Sanjeev, we have to adjust a week after. Okay? So after that is done, folks, we go to session 2, where we talk about some other topic. And for that, we again post a recorded lecture. You'll hear me, you'll see a set of slides, and then some drawings here and there. And then in this case, we will not have a live session. We don't want to have it every week. Usually it's every other week. However, that doesn't preclude having one-on-ones. So just email us and say, hey, we would like to have a discussion with you on ABC. We set up a schedule that's convenient for everyone. And then we'll have a Zoom session, exactly the platform you're using right now, to have like a 15 to 20 to 30-minute conversation. And then you have an assignment again. You have an assignment based on this hands-on activity. So if you look at it first, even if we say that it was like an online platform, in fact, other than online, you also have some offline work. In this case, working with your community to develop Gantt charts, to develop project assumptions in order to forward your project, and then you submit it. So how do we all put these things together? Okay, so I'll escape full screen. Give me 1 second, folks. You don't have to do this. That's why I didn't want to. Wait, I'll stop sharing first. Right. And give me 1 second. Start sharing again. Share my screen. Share. Okay. Dang it. Okay, here we go. And now, do you see the dashboard, Sanjeev?
Yeah, now we see the dashboard.
Okay, so this is the dashboard for DPP 982, the course that I've been talking about. So if I click on it, did it shift now, Sanjeev, inside the dashboard, the course?
Yes, now you're inside the course.
Okay, so I'll show you the student view. But this is what you're going to see. Okay, so as you can see here, folks, you have the syllabus. It's a downloadable link, or it's already here. And then we have announcements every week. Okay? Let's say for that first week I was talking about, this was the announcement that we gave out. It says, hi everyone, blah, 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 etc. Okay. Then you have your modules. Every session has a set of modules. So look at this session 1. The PowerPoint slides that I said are posted. They're posted here. If you click on it, for example, you'll have this. And if you click again, which I will not, you should see the slides. They're downloadable and straight readable. It's all up to you. Next is, let's say, recorded lectures. Remember, I said that before that meeting on a Sunday, we post a lecture ahead of time. If you click on this, for example, so here you go. It now kind of like shifts to another platform. If I click on this, you will hear my melodious voice talking about Gantt charts. Good morning. Okay, that's too much. Okay. Let's now go. So there's another one. If you want Sanjeev's version, so this is Filipino version. This is Nepalese. No, they're all in English. Then the Zoom sessions themselves. Remember those Sunday sessions that we have? They're recorded. Okay? So here's a recording. So if I click on it, no, sorry, this is the invitation to the session. So ahead of time, you'll get this link because you might say, so how am I going to get the link? Okay. Well, it is in Brights, oh no, it is in Canvas. That's why my course says Canvas is your friend. And then another thing is, once the session is over, it's going to take like an hour change for it to be recorded. Here is the recorded session. Okay. So here you go, the full session, and then there's those smaller individual sessions with individual students.
Right, Joel, if I can just jump in. One of the reasons they're recorded is that you may not have the opportunity. Generally people try to make the live sessions, but if you can't, you can see what went on there and get the information. So all of the live sessions on your courses that have a synchronous component to them will be recorded and posted on your course's webpage. And just to emphasize what Jolan said, everybody has their own Canvas webpage that all the courses are on. So everything is in one place. You go to one webpage, and that includes access to all your courses, all the recorded sessions, everything organized by course in the way that Jolan is describing here.
Thanks, Michael. And then in the assignment, it gives you, instructions on how to do it. And this light blue thing, dark blue here on top, that's how you submit your assignments. Then it goes to us. We check it, and we respond to it. We provide you feedback. And then that would be our first week. And then we move on to the second, third, fourth weeks. As we could see here, I won't do it because it's going to be boring. So that's your view. This is my view. In your view, you can actually even see your grades, etc. Okay, I won't click this because you will see my students' grades. But so you have everything here, session 1 to now we're on session 10 in this course. So let me just go to the bottom. In fact, even before, we're currently in session 10. But Sanjeev and I already have posted everything. We just we just publish it during the week itself. So if I win the lottery, someone else just come in and deliver the course for you. Do you have any questions, folks, with the a little bit of a sneak peek on how we deliver courses online?
Just type them into your chat box if you have questions, and I'll feed them to Jolan and Sanjeev or Michael Swack.
So while we wait for that, the only thing I wanted to add, so this is Sanjeev. The only thing I wanted to add is, your course is like Michael was saying, it's going to be very similar. All the other courses will be very similar. They will have each one as soon as you log into my courses from MyUNH, then you will see that dashboard with the courses icon, and each course will be very, very similarly arranged.
Do you have any questions, folks?
Any questions, any comments? I know some of you have already taken a few courses online. So if you have any experience that you want to share and any thoughts?
Good experiences, bad ones?
A question did come in. Can you please clarify if it will shift back to hybrid? So I think this relates to next summer, and whether next summer will be online or in person or a combination.
Yeah, so one of the things we know is for anyone who's starting the program online with the intention of doing the whole program online, the entire program will be available online. Right now, our intention is to next summer offer the option of hybrid or online again. So the intention is to continue all online, and our intention right now is to offer a hybrid summer session next summer, but no final decision has been made on that. Okay.
I have someone here has posted that they're interested in your thoughts on how you may modify the community-based portion of the work, the capstone project, in a COVID world.
Yeah, that's a good question. And, we just don't know. The assumption is that we'll start online this summer. A lot of the first term of the project course is data collection, is interviewing people, talking to people, collecting data to define your problem better. So it won't be an issue this summer. And then we have to wait and see in the fall. We do have a course. The course is intended to go side by side with what you'd be carrying out in your community. By the fall, if there are still substantial limitations in terms of what people can do in terms of meetings and face-to-face, we'll have to make a modification for how the work for that course is completed. So again, we're not sure at this point. It shouldn't be a significant impediment this summer. And we'll have to see as we go along what sort of modifications we may have to make depending on the course that the pandemic takes.
Another question, are we expected to already know what project we want to work on?
Yeah, that's a good question. And the answer is no. I would say in any given year, there's a good chunk of people who come in with a really clear idea of what they'd like to do, and probably a similar number of people who don't. And so that first term in the program, again, is a time to, and the class helps. I mean, it helps you think about what's a doable project, what can be done within this time period. And there's not the expectation either. We know that we're all seeing it now for sure, that projects follow their own course depending on variables that you can't necessarily control. So we don't expect that in the course of the program, the project has a neat beginning and ending point with everything done by the ending point, rather that you're working on a project throughout, and the coursework will take you through the various components, which may or may not coincide with what the project is, what's going on in the project. So obviously there's a flexibility there. You will go through a full curriculum of project design and management and implementation and evaluation, but it may not exactly coincide with what your project does.
May I add, Michael?
Yes.
We try to mimic what's happening in the real world. So if the real world has certain limitations as well as opportunities presented because of the situation that we're at right now with regard to the pandemic, then that's going to be taken into account in the delivery of the 4-course project series. This series needs to be defeated. And one way by which we do this is to come up with something called projects. So we definitely think that there's a way, and there should be a way for us to come up with human agency to address these things. And it is through courses like project courses that would be able to do this. So yes, there's to the first question, no anticipation of, there's no expectation that you'll come in with a project. And number 2, we will adjust the requirements based on the realities on the ground.
There are other questions. Okay. I'm trying to think, do we, okay, wait. I see Kevin has a question. Kevin, you want to type it in the chat box? I don't know if, Nick, can you activate Kevin's mic so he could talk? Okay. Is that on now? Nick?
No, I'll enable it right now.
Okay.
I can make him a panelist, Kevin, and that's going to automatically make him speak, be able to speak.
Is that on now? I think so. Go ahead, Kevin.
Oh, wow, that's exciting. Wow.
Yeah, you're on, Kevin.
Hi. Yeah, I'm a student of developing organizations last spring
We're not,
for students for weary.
yeah, we're getting a lot of background noise, Kevin. I don't know if you have your phone on too, whether you can turn that off.
No, I'll put on
You're not
airplane
sharing
mode.
your video. audio.
I'll provide that. Video. Does that help?
Go ahead.
Am I not louder?
It's a letter.
Sweet. Cut me off if I start cutting out. But yeah, I took fiscal management for developing organizations last spring, just to get a couple credits and just to get a feel for the program. And just for any students that are having any hesitations about the workload or, the availability of the instructors or advisors, that sort of thing. I mean, I've bombarded Sanjeev with questions and hesitations and all kinds of things throughout the month, and he's super responsive and supportive. And I just wanted to validate that even the program, even though it's moving to online, I've perceived it as really high quality from my experience. So I just wanted to throw that out there for other prospective students.
Good. Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all we had to present. So if there are other questions, we'd be happy to take them. Also, we will be, we have recorded this and we'll be sending a link to the recording to everyone who registered for the webinar. And of course, if you have questions after this, please feel free to contact Sanjeev, Robin, or myself. We'd be happy to answer any of those questions. Anything else to add, Sanjeev or Jolan?
Yes, I just want to say, I will be reaching out to you, but feel free to reach out to me to set up those one-on-one meetings to just go over your individual academic plans. So we can do that over the next couple of weeks.
Let me just very quickly, I really hope to be able to see you again, folks, in the online world, and we'll have a good time learning about a lot of things. Thanks.
All right. Well, if there are no other questions, thank you for joining us today. Robin, is there another question? Or?
Nope, I just wanted to say hello, and any questions, just reach out and I can funnel your question to whomever to answer your question. And I'm happy to help in any way that I can. So as we move to the online model for the summer. So I'm here to help.
Great. And there you see on the screen the email addresses. So, but thanks again for joining us. We look forward to hearing from you, and stay safe. Bye now.